No, I'm not hiring. What the hell? Facebook's insane. Alright, we've pinged on Discord. That's what. I don't know what to tell you there. Hey, everybody, my name's Joe. Joey's in the other room putting on socks because it's cold in our basement. Welcome back to SNES Life. Today, you can see we're going to be playing X Zone. Pardon me while I finish my cough drop. We are slowly being less sick now. Anyway, I guess while I wait for Joey, I'll go through a little background here. X Zone has a storyline, believe it or not. Anybody familiar with the Terminator series knows what Skynet is. Skynet is a artificial intelligence that the U.S. government in that series of movies created to basically protect the world. It decided that humans were the real threat, killed all the humans by launching nuclear missiles. So this game basically runs off the same premise. We invented the Exterminator, I guess, which is the most ridiculous name ever. Like, how do we not expect something we call the Exterminator to destroy us all? And basically, it is preparing to attack humanity, and you are basically put in a mech suit and sent to stop it. You have to infiltrate the area, get into the research base, download the program, and stop it from basically destroying everybody. So it is an arcade-style shooter, very much like Battle Clash, which we played on Saturday. But go that way and hit reseat. I mean, I just ate a cough drop.
It smells like popcorn.
Well, yeah, your brother had popcorn earlier. We watched a movie. So, yeah, that is the story behind it. And we're going to get Joey sat down here, and then we're going to basically start doing our usual garbage. So, first off, obviously, we got the front of the box. Hi, Joey.
Hey, you're wearing a Scout jacket as well.
That one's mine.
Oh, it is. Wait, where did
You
I set
yours
mine?
in front of mine, genius.
Well,
yeah, all our hoodies are Scout hoodies. That's just how it goes.
I have a lot of hoodies that are not Scout hoodies.
Well, I don't. Anyway, what do you think of the cover art there?
I mean, it's interesting, I guess.
It's certainly evocative. I mean, you get the title of the game along with a large nuclear mushroom cloud.
I'm still cold. This,
Pardon me.
This Mario blanket here.
I'm going to have to shut the door on your brother.
This is such a small blanket.
Yes, it really is not. It is much more a... I mean, I bought it to hang on the wall, frankly, not to use as a blanket. But
it's more effective. No, it's not. It's not.
It's not effective at all. Yeah,
I was going to say it's more effective as a blanket, but it's really not.
No, it's not. Let's take a look at the back of the box here. Where we at? There we are, back to the box. Exterminator wanted for extremely risky business. That is a 90s tagline if ever I've heard one. It's like saying wicked and rad all at once. But
extreme.
Basically, quick, get the blaster off your shoulder, zero in on your target with the first Super Scope game using the on-screen crosshair sights. The nation's mainframe biocomputer wants to exterminate Earth. Your mission, should you accept it, infiltrate the extra defenses, explode the overseer drones and moles that want to make you extinct, an X-ray buggy bio brain with a couple of nuclear weapons. It's an explosive situation that only the truly excellent can survive. It was so bad. It's like one running dad joke. It's just...
That's amazing.
Oh, it's the worst. Oh, God.
That's like... I want to say that's one of the best, like...
You're confused. Anyway, we got our 4-1-inch screenshots here. Top left. It's hard to tell what those going on the top left, but the other three are most definitely, the one on the top right and the one on the bottom left definitely look like side-scrolling Battle Clash style. And then the bottom right actually looks akin to Hyperzone. It looks like you're rail shooting.
This
down
is
there.
very much kind of like a Hyperzone type shmup in the sense of the enemies coming at you are coming from in front of you. I did
Well, I don't
play
know.
it
They're
a little
not
bit
doing that
just
the
to
whole
like
time,
understand what's going on. I mean,
they're doing
as
it
far as I got it, they did.
Well, I guess. Okay, anyway.
Although I only played, one level?
Yeah. Well, Well, come on. There you go. Goofy dog. So yeah, I don't know. From the screenshots, it doesn't look as polished as Battle Clash. Although Battle Clash's screenshots didn't do it any favors either. Like, I didn't think that game looked as good as it ended up being, frankly. So I'm certainly willing to give this a pass on that it might still be good, even though it doesn't particularly look it at the moment. Let's take a look at the quick manual. Shaky shake dog. So you got our cover page. Exterminator wanted for extremely dangerous mission. X, 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 X. God, they drilled that one into the ground, didn't they? This is a really weird font they've chosen for the manual.
It's really odd. Why is it like that?
I'm not a fan, to tell you the truth. So here you get your mission, your background information, which is your story. This says equipment, but it doesn't actually tell you anything about equipment. But it does show you the layout of your screen. Beginning your mission, how to start the game, how to use your gun, stages. So it does tell you zone 1, 2, 3, and 4. There are 4 zones. And then, for whatever reason,
why is that upside down?
This page is upside down. It's the only one. But here we get enemy descriptions. Epsilon class recon pod, Alpha class interceptor aircraft. Oh, and then we're back to the normal way. We've got the Gamma class rocket pod, Alpha class rotary pod, the Epsilon class patrol tank, Omega Mole, Alpha class patrol tank, Gamma class anti-personnel sentry, and then we get the overseers, which
the bosses?
I don't know. It's hard to read. Where each of the extermination zone's military actions are coordinated by an overseer. The central biocomputer created the... Yeah, it's basically describing the different bosses. So you got the Alpha, the Beta, Gamma, Delta, Epsilon, and Central Biocomputer Core, which has insufficient data available. That would be the final boss.
Yeah, I was about to say, that sounds like a final boss, considering it's not by Greek.
I will say it's interesting. There's only 4 zones, but there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are 6 bosses in 4 zones, so there must be halfway bosses in a couple of them. So that's interesting. You get a little additional information, how to continue your game, how to enter your initials for high score, and then of course you get your warranty. So there are plenty of little we've got like in-game assets, art, screenshots, a lot of screenshots. I like screenshots. They all look good.
This is a pretty good manual, actually. Although I've noticed that with the Super Scope manuals.
Yeah.
All of them have been pretty
in
in-depth and explain things well.
Well, they did want to sell the Super Scope, and then for some reason they abandoned it. I don't know. Whatever. Anyway, that's the manual. At least we're able to find it, because for some reason we find all the damn Super Scope manuals.
You know, I don't know what's up with this demo, but that cursor movement is way too smooth.
Because it's a demo.
That is.
All right, we're going to get her started here.
Definitely not a person.
Turn the gun on. Press fire. Fire! Fire, I say. Bloop. Just one shot. Let's just get it back to the front screen, maybe. Boop. There we go.
Had that issue earlier. Power.
Now, if we started the game initially and reset it, there would be like a little story that it would bring up. We're not going to get up and hit reset, so y'all just can't deal with it. Unless it shows it again, because we left it alone. No? No such luck? Nope, that would be a demo mode.
Dang.
Alright, well, let's just kick this pig. You get 3. Now, I will say one of the things I thought was weird on this one is there's no cursor alignment. So for both Battle Clash and Super Scope 6, it had a screen you could access to set your aim to make sure you were lined up. But this one just kind of takes it in and says, you know, nope, this is where you're at. Good luck. You know, try and use it like a rifle instead of a bazooka. That seems like a poor choice. Penetrate the air defenses.
I don't know if it'll work. I mean, kind of, but not really. It works, but it feels
Off and terrible, I assume.
weird. Like, it shouldn't be held this way, which it shouldn't.
Yeah, so it's really not the way they intended that design to work at all. So this one is clearly rail shooting, going straight down. The enemy's coming towards you for sure. I'm guessing that X is your research facility that you're trying to reach. This thing throws a lot of crap at you. Are you on easy?
Yes.
So I will point out we are using the turbo button on this one. The other games, Battle Clash, you didn't want to use turbo because you wanted your shots to charge up, and it really wasn't a functional thing to do in Tetris or Whack-A-Mole. But in this game, turbo is absolutely awesome.
And I will point out, was this? I don't know. I haven't seen any actual Nintendo-made controllers that had the turbo button. Like, I don't think I've seen any. I've seen is like third-party controllers with the turbo button.
The Advantage has it.
Okay.
That big joystick one. And they had that for the original NES as well. I almost picked one up the other day. The guy wanted like $5 for it, and I really thought about it, and I decided not to. Because I really don't need it. I kind of want it anyway. I'm such a hooker.
It was only $5.
I know. Stage clear. So there's your mech suit.
I will say, getting past this level was so much easier this time than it was the first time.
When you practiced earlier.
I don't know if that's because of the way I'm holding it.
So I did see a power-up come up earlier when you grabbed it.
Yep, the P is just health.
So you figured that much out? Does it list the power-ups in here?
Probably not, considering I'm pretty sure there's only one, and it's P.
So you are wearing a state-of-the-art combat suit. Blah, blah, blah. Yep, the only power-up. Power-up. Shoot this to recover 4 power bars on your shield meter. That is it. Good to know. So here we get a much more side-scrolly level, much akin to Battle Clash. So you got things driving across, shooting towards you. You got these mechs that walk sideways and launch crap at you, and then all these pods and things that fly around. And they do launch a lot of crap at you. So if you hold your cursor button, which puts your thing on there, you can then highlight a bunch of stuff, and then when you let go of the fire button, it shoots homing missiles at those things.
Yep. Which
is kind of cool. But there's so much crap on the screen. I mean, how often do you have the chance to really try and utilize that to its fullest extent, you know? I wonder, however, if it might be a little more useful on, like, bosses. Just because maybe the boss is, like, the only thing on the screen, but it certainly seems like...
It's really good for those guys.
What's that? The guys coming out of the ground?
Yeah. Homing missiles are really good.
I like that you are able to... Because I think you have the cursor, especially in this one, I think shooting from the hip is much more viable.
Yeah.
Missed. The hell was that? End of the level? Jeez, you're already through stage 2? The book said there's only 4 stages. You can clear this game quick if it doesn't start getting way more difficult.
Stage 2-2.
Oh. So you are out of zone 1, but now you're in zone 2, and it's got multiple areas. This is where I said, like, the multiple bosses will probably happen, huh? Zone 2, description. Using awesome firepower of your plasma launcher. Cut a path of destruction through the robotic ground forces in the barren desert floor. Beware of machine gun subterranean mole drones. and malfunctioning biocomputer has created to impede your progress.
Dang it, really thought I got that. Oh, I got that one, excuse me.
I don't think you did.
So, something I will note
What's
is when it highlights something, you don't actually have to, like, click separately. Like, if you're holding the shoot button and shooting like this, and you highlight something, when you let go of the shoot button, it'll shoot the homing missiles.
Yeah, I said that. You can highlight like up to 4 things, and then when you let go of the button, it shoots.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you just kind of gotta rapid fire the hell out of everything. Shield arms. This is the stage 2-2 boss, I'm gonna assume. It's kind of cool looking. It's got like monkey paw feet. Both, I guess? I don't know. Or for smoke. Get him! Boom! There goes his arm. That's very Battle Clash-like. You can shoot off there. Can you shoot his legs off?
No.
Oh, I'm disappointed.
It doesn't hit his legs.
Looks like he's having a seizure. It's like... Whoa! Rocket pod.
Uh-oh. I'm below half.
At least with his arms, all he's doing is shooting rockets at you. You got this. Easy peasy. He needs to... You know what he needs to do? He needs to do those, like, swirly flips and make him harder to hit. Like they did in Battle Clash. So many missiles. I think you're under half now.
Yeah, I've been under half.
Yeah, I wasn't paying attention at the moment. So, he's got a lot of damn health.
Shoots a lot of missiles. Also, my thumb hurts. I'm holding this stupid little cursor.
You know, I wonder how hard it would be to take apart a super scope
and make it into like a normal
and put it into a Nerf gun.
Probably not very, actually. But what would you do with this? Put it up here?
Yeah, it'd just be like in your, I don't know, in
grippy.
Yeah. Like that would be kind of cool. You could turn into like an actual AR-15 instead of a super scope. I bet that would work.
Yeah, but I feel like, I don't know, the scope is definitely designed for this type of weapon.
I mean...
And the scopes on Nerf guns aren't exactly accurate.
I don't know. I'm just spitballing an idea, man. It's a thought.
I want to, like, have a stool here so I can rest this on my leg.
Is the background shooting at you now?
Yes.
Okay. So now you've got enemies and the whole backdrop is a big enemy. Interesting. I kind of like that you can blow up the terrain, though. What are those purple dots? Are those bad?
No, and I can't... Wait. Can I? Oh, I can blow up the terrain.
So you're just smashing holes in the side of this, whatever it is. I don't know if this is like the wall of the research facility or what.
I would guess.
Oh, what we got? Oh, shit. I dropped my mouse. Hey, Cam. How's it going? Thanks for joining us. So, wait. Would the Nerf gun be used as the super scope, or would you have a super scope as a Nerf gun?
You would take the innards of the super scope and put it in
the Nerf gun. So, it would cease to be a Nerf gun in so much that you probably would not be able to shoot Nerf darts out of it. Plus the fact that you would have your electronics in it, so you wouldn't want to ever, like, drop it like you would a regular Nerf gun. I don't know. I guess if I ever... You know what? I'm not willing to do it to this one, because this one is in such good condition.
But if you ever got, like,
But yeah, I think
Such a messed up super scope. Where would you get one?
I mean,
it was hard enough to get this one, wasn't it?
Yeah. That's really quite funny. That part of the blanket's green, so your green screen, the like SNES's life logo.
On my left shoulder.
Yeah, your left shoulder disappeared. Yeah, it would be interesting if I could get another super scope for like dirt cheap or something. I might be willing to try it, but I'm never gonna go like hunting for one specifically for that purpose. Like if I ever happen to run into one where they're like, it's just the scope for $5 because I don't have any of the other stuff, then I'd be like, sold, cash money. And then I'd immediately go buy a big Nerf gun and start gutting things because it would be a really cool idea, I think.
Would you create it in like a rifle, or would you do it in like a pistol, or like? Because there are
like a. You know, I don't know if it would be good as a zapper or if you would want a rifle. I don't know. What do you think would be better?
I'm not sure.
What about you, Cam? What do you think would be better?
I feel like, man, I want to say that it would be more satisfying to use it as like a sniper rifle sort of thing.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Was like a.
But
like
as a sniper rifle, it would be like that, right?
Yeah.
And I feel like that'd be really ineffective to have it like be a sniper rifle and be super long. So I think the most effective thing, like Louis' red one, not the rocket launcher, but the ball shooty one.
Yeah.
I feel like something like that would be effective.
I mean, what about the NES Zapper? Like, you could turn it into probably an effective pistol. And then you're just
How much of this is needed? That's the question.
Probably half of it, if at best. I mean, here's the critical functions. The buttons, the battery, and the IR sensor.
Right, but do they have a chip in this to...
Well, I mean, there are chips
obviously
in
they
it.
have a chip to, access the button.
I mean, there's no way it's as long as the scope is. It's probably this big,
Right.
And I don't even know if there's a light diode in there, or if it's just the IR sensor that matters, really.
I don't know.
I've
could shine a light into it.
I've never seen one taken apart. Again, if I ever run across the second one, I'll gut it and give it a shot.
There's
Why the hell
videos
not?
of people taking these apart.
Oh, I bet there is. Get back to the game.
Okay. I think I beat the boss, so...
That was at the boss, you think? I guess it's a giant. Now he's still launching bombs at you, apparently.
Yeah, but
Shoot that damn thing.
Oh, that thing.
Yeah, he's still launching bombs at you.
God.
I don't know what you're aiming at. Apparently that.
Oh, jeez. Every one of those that hits the ground hurts me.
Huh. Apparently you just gotta keep shooting at him?
Oh, I have to destroy him, the background.
There he goes.
That's an interesting way to do a boss.
Yeah. They got rocket boots.
I have 2 HP.
Look, I didn't even notice it. Holy. The screen where it shows your dude, he's holding the super scope.
Is he?
Yeah, he's holding it like a rifle, down here, like you're holding it, really. But it is 100% the super scope. Well, you beat the next level, you'll see it. Oh, no health regen, that's right.
P.
Yeah, so this one's a little less forgiving in that your health doesn't recoup after every fight.
That's okay, because every little P thing you get restores your health by 5.
4.
It's a decent amount.
It's 4. I read it earlier in the manual.
Well, I wasn't listening clearly.
So this is the last game in this set of 5, which means the next set of 5 will be 95 through 100.
Oh boy.
We will have played 100 games for the show. It's a lot.
I feel like some of these games you would have made me play, just casually.
I mean, maybe.
But there are so many games that I would not have played.
And that ended up being good.
Yeah. Like, I don't know. I like shoot 'em ups, but I don't, like, actively seek out playing them.
Yeah. Well, and, like, I don't know. You have to experience some bad to acknowledge what is good.
Right.
And the fact is, we never would have played Home Alone or Pit Fighter.
Probably not.
Because they were just bad.
Chessmaster.
Oh, God, Chessmaster. I played Chessmaster when I was younger on the computer. Albeit on the computer was way better because you could just turn on, like, your CD player and listen to music.
I want to, like, destroy an entire wall.
I don't think you can, really.
Like that.
It's a lot. I do like that you can just smash holes into most of it, though. That looks like a door.
What, that?
Yeah. I bet a boss is going to come out of that. Holy cow, I was right. Nope, he came from above that. Oh, it's a spider bot. Who launches grenades at you like crazy.
I don't like it. He's doing Battlemaster things.
He's moving. That bastard. How dare he move and make my job difficult.
You know how difficult it is to hit those little things?
So, I'm going to pop in here. We are halfway through February. We are not near our 100 subscriber goal on YouTube yet. So I guess I'm not going to have to give that mini Super Nintendo away. Anybody's watching, remember, share a link to the YouTube, subscribe to it, and hashtag SNES's Live Contest. We're going to, if we hit 100 followers on YouTube, which means we'll get our channel name, we're going to give away a mini Super Nintendo. US only, unfortunately, because I'm not paying to ship that bad boy overseas. So there's that. If you guys watch it, it is February 19th, 2020. So we got 10 more days. And I've tweeted it a number of times. And we have gotten a handful more, but not as many as I thought we would. I figured free mini Nintendo would really drive that, but
it's behind me.
Yeah, it's back there.
I was gonna grab it.
There, look. Yeah,
he's definitely holding a Super Scope.
He's got this part like under his armpit, and he's holding the front of it. But yeah, he's legit holding a Super Scope, dude. I love it. I love that they did that detail, just that little bit. They're like, here, let's have him hold the gun that everyone else is holding.
It has the orange front as well.
You know, something I didn't think of either is, where'd that box go? It does say, somewhere I read it said shoot from the hip. So I wonder if this game is just kind of more like, you're supposed to not hold it like a bazooka. I don't remember where the hell I saw it, but... I don't know. Whoa, now here's Hyperzone for you. You've made it into the research base, obviously.
It is not nearly as smooth as Hyperzone, though.
Yeah.
Like, you can tell that movement animation is a little choppy.
Yes, the frame rate is poor. I won't argue that at all. And it is only slightly less seizure-inducing than the Mode 7, like, flashy graphics. Hey, cyborgs! Get them. Are they carrying Super Scopes? It doesn't look like it. I can't tell.
Well, those aren't cyborgs.
I like the one machine gun turret just like, boop, right in front of you. Another door.
This is very reminiscent of... Shoot. You're gonna get upset at me for not remembering the name of this. That one action platformer game. They had the Konami code that gave you 30 lives.
Contra?
Yeah.
Like the most like well-known.
I told you were gonna be upset. I was having a brain fart. I'm not required to remember everything. Currently, my mind is filled with calculus because I have a test tomorrow.
That's fair, I guess. Yeah, Contra is a very important game to the history of video gaming.
But it's kind of like that one part of the level when you go inside.
After you beat the first boss in the original Contra, you're inside. You're not running down the hall at that point, I don't think. No, I guess you are.
Yeah, you are.
And every time you blow a hole through the wall and you like hop through it into the next section. Yeah, that's fair. That's a good comparison. I'll let you have that one for sure.
It's like got the same choppiness to it as well.
8-bit choppiness on a 16-bit system. How dare they?
Get out of here with you stupid grenades.
Well, you haven't died yet. I mean, you are playing on easy.
I was gonna say I am playing on easy.
I wonder what the harder modes do, like whether it's the enemy
more health or are they faster?
Right, like does it do more damage? Do projectiles move faster?
Or is it just more enemies?
Could be more enemies. Does it give you less health? Did I say that already? I might have.
I don't know. It's kind of the same as do more damage though.
Fair. So yeah, it's an interesting game so far. I like Battle Clash better, I think. But maybe that's just because it's a little more focused. And that's probably a personal preference.
I think
I have only played the first level of this. I played it earlier before we started just to familiarize myself with it.
Battle Clash is very much a different genre of game. This is definitely a shoot 'em up.
Yeah.
I think Battle Clash was more of like a I don't know what to call it, but I don't want to say it was a shoot 'em up.
Stage clear.
Uh-oh.
Wow, you broke it.
Goes on up here.
Yeah. Just slides onto there.
Yeah, well.
Wow. I mean, you really didn't even need it on there because you're not using the damn thing. Yeah, let's not break it to get it back off.
That's
Stage 4-2. Oh, computer detected. Execute system shutdown. Exit the X zone immediately. More X's. You don't have enough X's in this game. They're going to give it to you. X going to give it to you. What will give it to you?
I wonder if you could put that thing on the top of it.
Oh, probably. I don't see why not.
Oh, this is not...
I'm not a fan of the flashing red light.
It is also a very, like, immediately noticeably more difficult level. It is, however, throwing health at me. You know what? Maybe that's what it does. Because it's been throwing health at me.
Yeah, it probably just throws less health at you.
Yeah, it probably doesn't throw health at you, the harder difficulties.
It would be the easiest way to increase the difficulty for sure. Can you not? So, in terms of going back to turn the Super Scope into Nerf gun, I bet you could turn it into the Menacer. So the Menacer was the Sega's gun, and it was much more a hold like a rifle thing. It looked cooler, frankly, I think. But the games for it and the sensors for it were bad. And it had like a pair of binoculars on top of it, not just like a scope, but dual scope, which is weird. This has got to be the last guy, right? I don't know what the he's some weird looking thing though. I mean, you're locked onto stuff. Let go and shoot the damn missiles.
Don't really want to because
Then you get hit.
it's more effective, yeah, to use this and just change between shooting these little missile things.
Oh, look at him move around now, like he's gonna hurt you. It's 9:40 almost. I'm sensing a pattern on the Super Scope games here. You get about an hour out of them each, which isn't bad. I mean, I really liked the length of Battle Clash. It was a comfortable length. It felt good to play for an hour and not so... Like, because this would get annoying after an hour.
Yeah.
The holding the gun and holding the fire. And Battle Clash, holding it up and shooting like that. would definitely get old after a while.
And
so I felt like that was a good
understand
time.
why people would want a longer game, especially for a system, well, not even system, but like a controller that's needed to play the game for, like, paying for the controller and for the games.
Yeah.
And it's not cheap because they're so rare now.
Mm.
So I can understand people, like, you know, wanting a longer game for the money they spend on it.
Did you just kill it?
No. Yes.
I think you did.
Oh, well. Anyway, I can understand that, but I think for what it is, that an hour long to beat a game is, like, perfectly reasonable.
I don't know. Congratulations, presented by Kimco.
I
Try a
think-
higher level for more of a challenge.
Not gonna get into the actual end. I feel like... I don't know. I definitely don't want to be sitting here for longer than I am, because my back hurts.
Yeah. Well, that's partly because our chairs suck. We're just sitting in, like, kitchen chairs instead of a couch like normal.
I think... How much did this cost originally, like, before they became rare and now cost, like, $80?
You know, we saw it in that very first commercial. I think it was like $50. Now, mind you, this was in 1992. You know, $50 was no slouch of cost in '92. But frankly, that's something I always thought was a little weird. Because you know how much most video games cost brand new in the early '90s? About $50. You know how much video games cost brand new now? Like $60. So of all the things inflation has demolished, video games is not one of them. Like, it has stayed fairly consistent for 30 years, which is a bit weird to me. Yeah,
That was a bit odd.
it is extremely odd, frankly.
Hey, look, I got first in the high scores.
Very nice, very nice.
How much did the games cost, would you say?
When they first came out, like $50.
Okay, well, I mean...
Yeah, I mean, for the price at the time, it was expensive. And when you went to your parents as a kid and went, I want a new video game, they wanted to make sure you were going to get $50 out of that video game. And then when you went to something like this, and you're like, now not only do I want a $50 video game, but I also need another $50 controller that is only usable for these video games. And then you're able to beat a game within an hour. You're kind of upset, actually. Because the fact is, like, my house, we got very few new games.
Right.
Mostly because my parents didn't buy them. My brother and I had paper routes. We bought them. So there's that. But, I mean, looking at it from the perspective of where we are now, where you're not spending money on these because I'm a whore and I buy everything, I don't feel like an hour is a bad time investment into a game. I mean, look, the tech is getting old. These video games are eventually not going to function. Like, they are going to degrade. And that's unfortunate. But until then, I have them for preservation and for us to enjoy. And I don't mind having paid the premium for that. So that's what it is. Well, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, this is the demo.
I don't think it is a mech suit, is it? I think it's actually just
This is like power armor.
Yeah, I think it's just like an armor suit you're wearing.
I'm Doom Guy holding
Doom Guy.
a super scope.
So I did see a thing today, run across my Twitter. Someone made a mod of Doom 2 for the PC. Doom 2, like 1990s.
Really old.
But they modded it for Zombies Ate My Neighbors.
I think I've seen that, yeah.
And I was like, holy crap, someone put some serious dedication into that because that looks great.
There are some
I'm real tempted to go find it and download it.
There are some crazy Doom mods. And if you really think about it, it's possible that every Doom mod is canon because in one of the games they said that there is an infinite amount of hells
Yeah.
for Doom.
Look, in the 90s, me and my friends used to build maps for Doom. Like, it was fun. It was one of the first modding opportunities we had as kids.
Right.
Because it was made, like, the interface that people built for it was so simple. that even as like 12-year-olds we could do it, and it was super fun. Anyway, we're way off base. It's only 9:41. But let's talk about this game here. So, graphically speaking,
I don't think it's that bad.
I agree. I think it's pretty
probably
solid.
actually on par with Battle Masters. It's just
Battle Clash.
Not Battle Clash. My bad. Anyway, I feel like it's on par with it because it's not giant mechs that we're fighting. The giant mechs, they could put more into the mech itself. Yeah. This, you have smaller enemies. I mean, it is what it is.
I think this game is probably more challenging because of the amount of crap that's flying at you. Like, I don't know. On Battle Clash, you had one enemy. Sure, they shot multiple rockets.
Kind of want to see what Expert is like real quick.
You're going to die so fast. It's going to be glorious. So, yeah, graphically speaking, though, I think it holds up very well. I think it's, like you said, on par with Battle Clash, which is fine. Music and sound, both acceptable.
Yeah.
As usual, nothing really to write home about, but both good. And then, what about gameplay?
I mean, there are definitely better shoot-'em-ups that I've played, but it's not bad, and it's the first one that's really like a shoot-'em-up with the super scope. And I find it interesting. So it seems you take more damage. Things are indeed faster.
Yeah, looks like it.
I think they just shoot more.
Oh, you're doing okay.
I mean, doing okay in the sense that I am at like half health already.
We got distracted again. Gameplay. Gameplay, I think, is fine. It's interesting that you're shooting from the hip, and it seems to be functional. And I don't know if that's simply because you have the cursor option in this one.
Yes, it is definitely because of the cursor. I don't think I would be able to shoot from the hip without the cursor.
Yeah, and that is an optional thing. Like, you have to hold down the handle button to get that cursor to show up.
I am sure, just like how there are, like people who can shoot revolvers and other guns from the hip and be accurate.
Yeah.
I'm sure you could be accurate with the super scope shooting from the hip. It'd just take a lot of time and practice.
Yeah. I only played the first level and some of that, like, second zone. I thought the gameplay was fine. I enjoyed it just as much as Battle Clash, really. It's a different kind of game because there's way more stuff on screen coming at you at once, I think. The difficulty, I think, was probably easier in the end. How many bosses were there in Battle Clash? 6? 8?
I want to say... Wait, there was 2, 4, 6... There was the 2 in space. And then, are we counting the last boss as 2 bosses because of his 2 stages or just 1?
Yeah, it's kind of as 1, I guess.
Then 9.
So it was slightly longer than this, probably.
It took us longer as well.
Yeah. But the gameplay is comparative. I liked the homing missile option on this one. That would have been nice in Battle Clash. You could just lock on to parts of them. Like,
I think that would have kind of defeated the purpose.
Yeah, but Battle Clash doesn't get the rapid fire option either. I mean, you have to sit there and hammer away at your trigger. Whereas this one, you can just hold the button and turbo it, which is convenient. I don't know. Again, comparable, I think, and just as acceptable. It was enjoyable for me to play. Enjoyable for you to play.
Yeah.
I mean, you did defeat the game.
It is
on easy, but you did it.
Something to say that the Super Scope is very much a particular controller in the sense of, like, movement like this. Like, if you were using a normal SNES controller, you can't move around the controller like this. Like, that D-pad is just not conducive for movement like this. And so
you need more fluid movement.
Any shooter, whether that be first-person shooters, shoot-'em-ups, anything really, it would just be, much better with the Super Scope. What are you doing?
I can't imagine why there would be. I wonder if there are game genie codes for these games.
I mean, for some of the Super Scope?
Yeah, there absolutely is.
Probably.
I just rolled across Yoshi Safari. Did you die?
Yeah, I did.
So this isn't something I thought about until just now. I do have the giant Game Genie book. It's like 200 pages of codes, because I do have the Game Genie for the SNES.
Is there one for X-Zone?
You know what? I bet there is. I mean, I wouldn't be super shocked. There's Zombies Ate My Neighbors.
Game over.
There's Yoshi Safari. Hey, Wanderers from Yeast.
Ugh.
Yoshi's Cookie. WrestleMania. Oh. I guess we're in W's. I missed the X.
So we're gonna do that page or the page before it.
Why? Zardion is the only X game, so nope.
Dang, so not for X-Zone.
But they do have Yoshi's.
Battle Clash?
Well,
Or any of these other ones that we have?
I don't know. Let me flip through here. Hey, there's codes for Draken. Maybe a game makes the game beatable. Fucking game. Game can bite a bag right there. It was terrible. Shut up. I like that you still find it so damn funny.
Well, of course it's funny. You got chomped by a shark jumping at like 90 miles an hour.
It was pretty funny. Hey, Battle Clash! Protection from enemies. Weapon charges faster. Weapon charges much faster. Once charged, weapon stays charged.
That's interesting.
Start in Cairo instead of New York, so level 2. Codes 6 through 13 are practice only. After defeating the enemy, you do not advance to the next stage. Return to fight that same enemy again. So there are codes for Battle Clash. I don't remember what we're doing next, but we'll have to take a look at that just for funsies. Yeah, I forgot that I have this. It's a lot of damn Game Genie codes. That's a fact. But that's it, really. So, would you recommend it? Would you play it again? Do you think it is valid of a thumbs upping or a thumbs downing?
I don't think I'd play it again, but only because I beat it.
Yeah.
And then, as with all of the Super Scope games, I don't think I would suggest going out and getting it unless you really,
Agreed.
want to put in the money to getting an SNES, the SNES, the Super Scope games, and a Super Scope.
That's me.
Because that's a lot of money.
Yeah.
And you can't play these games through an emulator. So it's not, I don't think I would find it worth it to go out and get it.
No, you would.
But I could definitely see how some people would, and I really enjoy these games. I would say it's worth a thumbs up.
Yeah.
Even though I would not suggest, going out and getting all of the things required for it.
I also enjoyed it. I would thumbs up it as well. I am thumbs up in it. I guess I would thumbs up it. I am going to give it a thumbs up. It is an enjoyable game. It is just as fun as Battle Clash. I think I kind of like Battle Clash a little better. Maybe just because they put the effort in to have pixel art for the characters represented, and there's some conversation. There's a little more story in that game instead of just shoot and kill.
Right.
Albeit very, but it was there, and I did enjoy it, I think, a little more because of that. I love the fact that this dude's holding the Super Scope, though. They get extra points for that nonsense right there, because I love it. I love it. I love it.
Is he wearing sunglasses?
I think it's just like a
visor?
Yeah, but his eyes are definitely glowing purple. Very strange. So yeah, definitely a thumbs up. So 2 thumbs up for X-Zone for the Super Scope for the Super Nintendo Entertainment System, released in November 1992. This is the last of this set of 5 games, so we're gonna be having very soon a
weird review,
a recap of the last 5, and then we're gonna move into the next 5 games. So the next 5 games are all Super Scope games. We got Tin Star, Yoshi Safari, Metal Combat 2, or Metal Combat Falcon's Revenge, which is the sequel to Battle Clash. Terminator 2, the arcade game, and then Lamborghini American Challenge, which is actually a racing game where the second player can use Super Scope to shoot the other cars.
Metal Combat sounds so familiar.
Metal Slug is a game that is completely unlike it, but it is a pretty popular game franchise.
I don't know. Whenever I thought of Metal Combat,
Metal Warriors was a game we played during the 24-hour
marathon. I think I'm thinking of that.
Where you're driving the mech around and killing stuff. Yeah, that's Metal Warriors. I could see Metal Combat being mistaken for that, just on the namesake. So that's it, guys. 2 thumbs up. Thanks a lot for watching. Thanks for joining us. Remember the contest, SNES Life Contest, hashtag. Share links to the YouTube video. Convince your friends to go and subscribe to us so we can get that YouTube channel name. But that's it. Have a good night, everybody.
See ya.